Some of you may already know, but in case you don't, I'm in the middle of making preparations for creating a manga one-shot. And I have already created my cast of characters, and I even picked up the location of where everything is going to take place. And now it is finally time to create the true hero of the story, which is the villain. And as always, I'm gonna start with his design, so let's get started with that. As I am starting with his design, I want to mention that I already had a vague idea of what he might look like, which helped a lot. I have also decided on naming him Gideon, which seems fitting at this time, but that might change in the future. And yes, he isn't human. I have been thinking long and hard about going in this direction, and I decided to just go for it. And my reason was that the world is a very diverse place, and we as people have countless different races and cultures. So by creating several different other races besides humans, I want to replicate this diversity. Racism also comes with the territory, and it is seen everywhere. And because Gideon isn't human, he may have had a fair share of it. I feel like going in this direction will add a lot more depth to his character. So we are joined today by Indy, the ultimate bad guy. Okay, so she's just gonna chill here for a second because that's the only way that I can make her a little bit more manageable as I try and record. I am actually very pleased with how he is turning out, and I think it is now time to start creating the outfit. And I got something that looks like a heavy jacket of some sort going on already, so I'm going to lean into that. Why someone would wear a heavy jacket to a beach? I don't know. Yeah, let's do one last final sketch. And now for the more difficult part, which was figuring out what kind of person Gideon is and what are his motivations for doing the bad things that he does in the story. I actually spent a couple of days thinking about this, and I started drawing from my own experiences. It got to the point where I sat back and I was like, I got so many negative opinions about how the world works. Like, I am the bad guy. And so I decided to use my most recent negative experience. About 3 months ago, I was evicted, and I was absolutely simmering with anger. Using the thoughts and feelings from that event, I placed them into this character, and the backstory was starting to form for Gideon. I also needed some kind of winged creature from my story, one that may have been revived or summoned by Gideon, and so I made a rough sketch of a large mythical bird that would hunt the islands at night, terrorizing the local residents. Alright, so now we are done with the rough sketches, and I gotta say that I'm very happy with how everything is turning out. Like, I'm especially pleased with the bird. I went a little bit wild in the imagination with like the powers that the bird might have. It might be strong enough to wipe out like the entire island, or maybe even wipe out the entire beach. And then to think that Gideon has access to that power is a little bit unsettling. So the reason was that why the bird actually came into place was that I needed a winged creature, but I also have a cast of 4 characters, maybe 4. I might be bringing back a really old character in the one shot. I haven't decided yet, but I'm planning on it. And 4 against 1 is a little bit like, it's not well matched. If Gideon had access to something that was that powerful, it would pose more of a challenge for the characters to overcome. And now I think it is time to finally wrap it up with one last final drawing. are finally done! Hooray! Believe it or not, this is my third attempt, and you know what? It might look really simple, but I think this is so far the most interesting drawing that I have done on this channel so far, given the 2-week time period for me to kind of create the video from start to finish and then come up with like the last 2 days with the thing that I want to draw. Yeah, I wasted a lot of time on the last 2 drawings, and I just ended up trashing them completely, along with all the footage, all of that gone. And then for some reason when I was like recording this, somehow I lost a lot of the other footage of me like finishing like of this like end piece. Also, forgive me if I haven't touched on who Gideon really is and what he aims to do, but I mean, he is the bad guy, so I can't say anything. And I don't think he wants to share either. Oh yeah, eviction. Holy crap. I do not wish this on anybody, and I'm not going to be talking about this here. I do want to make a separate video about the story of how the eviction process like has gone for me, and kind of all the stress that I've gone through and what led to it and all that stuff, but right now it's like not a great place to talk about it. Eviction has been kind of the main drive for creating this character because something similar may have happened to him in the past. Like, I still want to figure out the details. I don't know the details quite yet. That event pretty much kind of created this character. Now, all I have to do is finally write the script, and I want to give you a heads up because it might be a while before I release the video of where I work on the entire one-shot. But as soon as I'm done, it will be released here on this channel. If you have made it this far, you have my most sincerest thanks, and I will catch you in the next one.